everyone, this is Into the Fray. I wanted to do a short video on what is happening in the United States in regards to weather warfare and the power outages that are happening. I wanted to start off with this video. It's of JFK back in 1961, and he talks about weather control. Take a look.
We shall propose further cooperative efforts between all the nations in weather prediction and eventually in weather control. We shall propose, finally, a global systems of communication satellites linked.
Global communication satellites. Notice how he keeps talking about global and global this, global that, and he's talking about the New World Order. You know, they're wanting to control everything, all aspects of our lives. That's what we've been seeing with the masks and the social distancing and everything.
Linking the whole world in telegraph and telephone and radio and television. The day need not be far away when such a system will televise the proceedings of this body to every corner of the world for the benefit of peace.
Kennedy was talking about weather control with confidence. In April of the previous year, the Tyros satellite had been launched from Cape Canaveral and equipped with solar power to send back images of cloud formations. The national press announced that Tyros, quote, opens up new vistas for weather forecasting and control, unquote. But developments in weather control had already been underway. In 1958, the military announced success with weather modification by sending powerful electromagnetic beams into the upper atmosphere using ionospheric heaters like the one at Hart today.
Okay. Let's go over here. There's so many videos about the Texas power outages. Millions suffer through deep freeze without power. More than 3 million people in Texas are waking up without power after record low temperatures hit the Lone Star State. They're blaming it on the frozen wind turbines. It just seems more like Agenda 2030 and 2021 playing out here. And I am reminded of the phrase dark winter. And yesterday this came out, Joe Biden's dark winter is here. All throughout the fall they were alluding to this dark winter. There's even a book over here by John L. Casey called Dark Winter about climate change. Climate change has been a perplexing problem for years. Right. Well, back in 61, JFK came out and was talking about it. But even, I've seen newspaper articles where they've printed out in newspapers announcing this type of thing too. So, obviously, they are manipulating the weather to create these scenarios that we have been seeing. And here in Missouri, this is the power company here in my area. It's called Evergy. They've been doing rolling blackouts yesterday, and then they were doing something like this morning from 12 a.m. to 11. They've been sending out email messages to their customers and saying that they're going to do these emergency electricity reduction events. They've been telling us that we need to reduce our electricity consumption. We need to not plug in our space heaters. We need to turn our thermostats down to 65 or between 65 to 68 degrees. And this is what they've been telling people. We're working to restore power to affected customers as soon as possible. So what they've been doing is they've been conducting these rolling blackouts And then supposedly they are able to turn the electricity back on. It just sounds so asinine. It's so laughable. I mean, if people's lives weren't at stake, but they are. This was last night. They sent this email out to the customers saying that we were at emergency alert level 2 because of the extremely cold temperatures. Temporary electricity reductions they were talking about from midnight through 11 a.m. today on Wednesday morning. Now, people that were going through the rolling blackouts yesterday, I was seeing most of them up in the city, like in Kansas City, in that area, saying that they were supposed to be lasting for 90 minutes, but some of them were complaining about the electricity outages lasting 5.5, 6 hours. So this is our dark winter. All of these, the weather's being modified, and it's being used as a weapon against us. A lot of people aren't prepared for this type of event. Thankfully, we have a wood stove as an alternative. I suggest people start looking into those kinds of alternatives because we really shouldn't be so dependent on this system because obviously they want many of us to suffer and die. Because there's so many people that are dependent upon electricity for like their CPAP machines and oxygen and things like that. It's truly a horrific ordeal to go through. I feel for the people in Texas and for our elderly and the small children that are suffering. So my prayers are with all those that are without power and are suffering through this, and just try to prepare as best as you can to not be so dependent on this system. Thanks for watching.